that low, but the one son wasn't toilet trained yet, and that was perfect for him.
Yes, yeah.
You lived in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Getting up.
Your husband was on the circuit?
We were there for 4 years. The first year was in Tokyo, and that was an experience. I was a military wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 3 years in Spain. So, and 5 years on the Mojave Desert.
Wow.
Just,
Did you like the travel?
Yes, I enjoyed the life. I had my parents had moved. I mean, by the time I was 12 years old, I'd moved 11 times. You know, we would just anyway. And so I've moved 40 times and 42 times in my life. My husband didn't study the language, and I said, well, I studied the language so that I taught him how to say La cuenta, por favor. The check, please.
This is what you have to know, honey. You have to say this.
When I was finally working in a research organization, one of the people in our department, an artist, had to work with some Japanese, and he couldn't understand them. And they sent me to translate. Well, I'd been gone from Japan, and I never did get really fluent. But anyway, I went with him. You know. Well, I could talk a little bit to the Japanese when we arrived. Then, when I had to translate the artist's fast English into slow English, and I had to translate. When you have an accented Japanese into unaccented English. Or, you know, it wasn't that I had to speak Japanese. The Japanese were speaking English. They were speaking accented English, and I had to translate it into unaccented Japanese accented English.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, you know, I didn't have to know enough Japanese just to be able
Just
to
to be able to
understand
pick out
how
the
they
English.
speak English.
Yeah.
Wasn't. Plus, you get, you know, the artist would get panicked and think, I can't understand what they're saying. If he'd have listened carefully, he could have understood it.
Right.
Yeah.
What you got?
The daughter, her husband was a dog catcher for the Grand Rapids.
Wow.
And yeah.
And then Rich,
My dad was Uncle Rich. He was a jeweler.
the jeweler, he was the one that
Uncle
owned.
Brum, he was a jeweler also on
He owned-
Division Avenue.
he
Yeah,
owned
Richard Ingalls.
Ingalls Jewelry, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phoenix.
Yep.
Wow. So
And
you guys
then,
all just grew up to do something different.
Uncle Brum. He
So-
moved to California. He sold his business on Division Avenue, the jeweler, and he sold the name with it. But then after he did that, he bought a farm out in Coopersville. I don't know why he did that, but he did. But then he moved to California, and he was not doing too well there until he got robbed. somebody robbed a jewelry store and made his name right there. He had a successful business after that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because everyone heard about the jewelry store. Because of the robbery.
That's interesting.
So how